Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Salon Chat. Yes, honey, yes. So it is just me again today. I know it's been a minute since I've done a Salon Chat. I've been busy, I've been tired. I've also been with a little bit emotional. So that is what we're going to talk about today. Because I've been on the struggle bus a little bit. And not that I don't miss you all, because I do, my Salon Chat family. I miss you all. And I like to give you information, great information, and expand on the things that we talk about every day in the salon. Again, like I always say, we don't gossip in Essence Hair Salon. We don't. We talk about good stuff, real life stuff, things that people are going through, even, talk about politics, the election, and so forth and so on. So we talk about sports. So yeah, we speak on a lot of things, but today I wanted to kind of update you on my surgeries, because remember, back in February I told you about my 2 surgeries I had. So I had the carpal tunnel surgery in my right hand, and I'm supposed to have it in my left hand too, but carpal tunnel surgery in my right hand, and I also 2 weeks after that I had the hysterectomy. Okay, so we're going to talk about how I'm doing, how I'm feeling. So yeah, I'm now like 10 months out post-surgery. So yeah, we'll talk about that. And yes, I have my tea. Not the tea I usually make. This is hot tea this morning. Yes. And you know what? I love this cup. It has Maya Angelou's part of one of her poems on here, or maybe a quote that she said, and it says, if you are always, no, this is a quote, yeah, if you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. Yes, that's why I like this cup, because of that beautiful quote that Maya Angelou said, because that is true. If you are always trying to be normal, you won't know how amazing you really can be, because you are amazing. Okay, so that's what I'm drinking on today. Some tea in this cup. I had to take a sip. So again, I am 10 months out of both surgeries. So I'll start with my carpal tunnel surgery. So the carpal tunnel surgery has worked great. If anybody is suffering with carpal tunnel and your doctor suggests that you do the surgery after doing shots, because I would do the shots in my hand, I guess they're cortisone shots. I would do that in my hand, in both hands actually, and like I get it in my left hand still. But it gets to a point where you can't do that anymore. So surgery is suggested and sometimes necessary. So I will say that since I've had that surgery, my hand, it feels good. It feels good. I don't have any issues. I don't have any numbing or anything with it. The only issue I did have, which they didn't tell me, was a side effect. So I'm just letting you know, it may happen to you, it may not, I don't know. But I ended up getting trigger finger in my thumb. And I don't know if any of you have had trigger finger, but it hurts. It hurts really bad. And I'm shampooing, I'm curling, blow drying, doing all sorts of things with my hand, I'm sorry. And I couldn't even squeeze the shampoo bottles, okay? Because it hurt that bad. So I ended up getting the shot for trigger finger in my thumb. And it happened in my thumb. Usually trigger finger, I think, happens with your middle finger. But it happened in my thumb. And he said it was a side effect of the surgery. I'm like, great, you could have told me that. But anyway, I got the shot and it's doing really well. I haven't had any more pain since, and it hasn't been swollen either since. So that was the only thing that I had going on. Plus, I'll be getting physical therapy because I told them I feel like I need some physical therapy, which they should give you. They should refer you to physical therapy. They don't. Right after you have, well, not after, but once it's healed, you should get physical therapy. So I'm going to get that done. Actually, I'm going to try it on both hands before I have the surgery on my left hand too, because it may help with this one. But anyway, so that's that. So if you are told you need surgery, it's not a bad thing. I will say it hurts like hell, but it's not a bad thing. So on to the bigger surgery, the follow-up to that. So I actually had a conversation last week on at Intois Wellness and Beauty. I was on her channel last week, and we actually discussed some of these things that I'm about to discuss with this follow-up to my hysterectomy. And so, as you all know, with the hysterectomy, depending on how you have your hysterectomy, sometimes you can go straight into menopause, or your body will just if they keep you, like if you don't have your ovaries, you go straight into, if they take your ovaries, I should say, you go straight into menopause. But if your ovaries are kept, which 9 times out of 10 they try to keep your ovaries, it keeps you from going straight into menopause. Okay, so there's that. Keep that in mind. And again, if you have watched at Intois, if you have watched her video, and I'm gonna link her channel on here in the description box as well. You'll see some of this may be a repeat if you guys have watched hers. But I'm gonna go a little bit more in detail with mine because I'm doing a follow-up. And I would hope you guys would wonder how I'm feeling after having these surgeries. But so with that being said, let me go into this. So 10 months post-surgery, physically I feel great. I am not I'm not bloated, my back doesn't hurt, I'm not in pain constantly. I mean, I feel great physically, and it's the best decision that I could have made for myself. I wouldn't change it for anything. If I had to make the decision again, yes, I'd still make the same decision because I feel great physically. However, what you're not prepared for, the doctors do not tell you that even though you have your ovaries, that does not mean that you will not feel crazy. Okay, so going into the surgery, I was perimenopausal. So perimenopausal is before menopause. You're not in full menopause until you completely stop having a cycle for an entire year. Well, I was perimenopausal because I was still having a cycle more often, and also having heavier cycles and everything. And that happens when as you're into your 40s, you begin to, as my doctor explained, because I asked, why are my cycles coming more frequently? Why are they so heavy and everything? And part of that is because she explained that with perimenopause, what's happening is you're dropping more eggs, and because the body is trying to transition into another part of life, and so you're at an age where really you're not supposed to be having babies, I guess. So, or not to say that people don't have babies in their 40s, because they do, but you're at an age where your body is transitioning you're not really at childbearing age anymore. So the body is trying to get rid of these eggs. So you're going to drop more eggs more often. So therefore, you're going to have more frequent cycles. You may experience a little bit of heavy bleeding, but the heavy bleeding is more so because of what I had, which was the fibroids, and I did not know about that until she told me. Okay. So yeah, so that is perimenopause, and you're experiencing, not everybody, but some people may be experiencing the hot flashes. And in fact, you can experience hot flashes in your mid 30s, as I did. I experienced hot flashes, and the doctors tried to tell me that I was too young, but I was asking them, I am hot. Like, it wasn't like hot the way I am now, but I was hot. Okay. They didn't come very often, but they started coming in my mid 30s. So in my 40s, they really started coming. So depending on what I drank, depending on what I ate, especially if you drink an alcoholic beverage, if you have a caffeinated beverage, you are getting ready to have some hot flashes if you are drinking alcohol or anything with caffeine. And if you eat anything with sugar, you're definitely going to start heating up. And you feel it from the bottom of your feet. It's like a furnace. It just starts from the bottom and works its way up, and you start sweating. Now, some people sweat really, really bad, and some people just, kind of glisten a little bit, like I glisten. But you feel hot, and it doesn't matter how cold it is outside. You are hot. You are having your own personal summer. And I'm sure some people have experienced that out there, my Salon Chat family. I'm sure some of you have experienced this, okay? I'm very candid about my experiences, and this is my experience. And if you've had a hysterectomy, you may experience something different. And I'm not even talking about the hysterectomy yet. I'm just talking about the perimenopause. So you may experience something different. So, but anyway, once you're in full menopause, I guess you don't experience anything. I don't know. Well, I don't know, because some of my clients say they still get some hot flashes. So, but anyway, so with having a hysterectomy, it is not explained to you how you may feel. Again, physically, you feel great, but I've had a full hysterectomy, and having a full hysterectomy means that you don't have a cervix. They've taken, of course, the uterus, and you don't have the cervix. So that's considered a full hysterectomy. I still have my ovaries. One of the reasons why they like to keep the ovaries, which I did not know, and my doctor explained to me, is because it keeps you from having a heart attack or heart problems. I did not know that the ovaries help with that. And again, to keep you from going straight into menopause. So, and also, when you're in, I'm going back just a little bit, when you're in perimenopause, that's the start of you losing the estrogen hormone, and you begin to gain more testosterone, which is the male hormone. So yes, so they keep your ovaries for that reason, to keep your heart healthy, to keep you from having heart issues and a heart attack, and to keep you from going straight into menopause. But I'm telling you, it did not happen right away. But I started experiencing, and I can't even pinpoint exactly when I started experiencing, I guess, feeling not like myself. I started feeling crazy, and I'm sure it was some month, like a few months after, but I didn't know what it was. But I really started feeling crazy. Aside from having life changes, I'm taking a sip, sorry. But aside from having life changes, which that contributes to how you feel too when you have life changes, but I really started, like, my mind feels, and today, still today, today is a good day, just like the other day when I was with at Antoine. It was a good day, but yesterday I wasn't feeling so great. I feel crazy. Your mind feels scattered. Emotionally, you're constantly struggling. And again, this is me. This is not, you may not feel this way, and some people may feel this way. You feel like crying all day and all night. You feel absolutely like a deranged lunatic. You feel bonkers. Like, I was not prepared to feel this way. And so no one told me, because I was thinking I have my ovaries. I shouldn't, I should still kind of feel like how I used to feel, okay? But I do not feel like myself. And I am a pretty happy person. So when I'm feeling sad all the time, or I'm feeling crazy, like I am struggling mentally, and that's another reason why I haven't been able to do Salon Chat, because I just couldn't bring myself to do the things that I enjoy, and I enjoy doing this. Even with Fun in the Kitchen with April, it was the same thing. I just started doing that a little bit more frequently, but I didn't know what was wrong with me, and I was struggling, and I, to not be able to do what you like to do, that's a huge problem. So I had to kind of figure out what is going on. So, and like I always say, make sure you talk to your doctor about these things. I have an appointment coming up to get my hormone levels checked, because I know something has changed. Of course, because I've had a hysterectomy. But not thinking, because I still have my ovaries, that I should be feeling this way. I feel crazy. I feel like I want to kill people all of the time. And that is not me. So you may feel this way, or you may not. This is me. And if you've had a hysterectomy, you may or may not feel this way. If you're perimenopausal, because you feel this way during perimenopausal too, you may or may not feel this way. Not everybody has the same things, but this is how I feel. And I'm sure there are some other people that feel the same way, because I've spoken to some of my clients and they feel the same way. So again, some people experience some things, some people don't. So, it's crazy. So, I had to literally call my girlfriend, who's a counselor, to be like, hey, I think something's wrong with me. I think I need to go to the hospital. I'm like feeling crazy. Like, I literally thought I should be at a behavioral center, or the mental part of the hospital, whatever it's called, the mental part of the hospital, because that's how crazy I felt. And still to this day, I feel crazy a lot of times. I've just learned to kind of deal with it. But initially, I didn't know what was going on. And then again, you have life changes going on. And it's just a lot. It's a lot. And not feeling good all the time is just not, you don't want to do anything. And then you go to work, you try to hide it from people. You don't want anybody to know that you're not doing well. And you just put a smile on your face, and you wear this mask. We all wear masks, and because we don't want people to see how we really feel, so we all wear a mask. And you put a smile on your face and you continue to go on, but really inside you are feeling so bad and you don't understand what's going on. So with having a hysterectomy, Emotionally, it's been a struggle. Mentally, it's been a struggle. And then also too, you have to remember, I'm a cosmetologist, as you all know. Otherwise, it would be called Salon Chat. But you all know I'm a cosmetologist. So I also deal with people. Now, this has not happened to me, thank God. But people who have had hysterectomies that have come to me, that are my clients, and they're, or any type, let me just say any type of surgery, because when you've been under anesthesia, anesthesia messes with the hair. Well, medication period messes with the hair. But when you've been under anesthesia, sometimes you experience a lot of shedding, and sometimes you may experience some hair loss. So some of my clients who have had hysterectomies, some of them, not all of them, have experienced these things. And so you have the hysterectomy on top of medication, and you've been under the anesthesia, and that plays a role with your hair too. So not only were they probably feeling crazy and deranged, but now they're wondering why my hair is shedding or why my hair is falling out. And it's a combination of because you do take medications after surgery, of course, and the anesthesia. And it takes a while, just like having a baby, your hormones are all out of whack. It takes a while for your body to get back intact. It takes like a good year or more for your body to get back intact. After having a baby, our hormones are out of whack, and it takes a long time to get yourself back to normal. So I'm assuming it's, for me and whoever else has had a hysterectomy, we have lost something out of our body. So there is going to be a change. It's going to take a while for us to get back on track, but what I'm saying is, no one prepared you for that. Even just, okay, take away the hysterectomy. When we as women, when we're younger and we have the talk with our mom, they're preparing us to get ready to transition into womanhood when they're having the talk. So the talk is what to expect when you begin your cycle. That is the talk. This is what's going to happen, da 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 da, and we have that talk. But when we get older and we begin perimenopause and all of that, and we're feeling crazy, emotionally, mentally, no one talks to us about perimenopause and menopause. And we have to change that, because everybody's thinking it's just them. It's not just you. So we have to start having these conversations with each other as women, because our parents didn't have it. And I know, in my case is that my mom died at 49. So, I'm pretty sure she was probably perimenopausal. But with her passing at 49, who knows? You know what I'm saying? And you don't have a reference. You don't have anybody to talk to. Couldn't really talk to my sister because she too had a hysterectomy. So naturally, you don't know what it was going to be like to go into it naturally, But my mom had passed, so she didn't go through everything. Well, I'll say this. It kind of explains why at times she was crazy. And why she acted the way she acted at times, because she was going through the change. So she was going through the change, and then on top of that, ended up becoming sick, and then passing away at such a young age. So that's probably what she was going through and didn't know. Well, I'm sure she probably knew she was perimenopausal. I don't know. But again, so just that alone, as a woman making that life transition, and no one is talking to you about menopause. Those things have to stop. We have to start talking to each other. We have to start supporting one another as women. We have to start talking to our doctors, because our doctors can help us. When you go to your GYN checkups, tell your doctor how you're feeling. Tell them, something's changed in my body. I'm not feeling it. Even your PCP, I'm not feeling that great. Something has changed in my body and I don't know what it is. So, you need to not be quiet. You need to not be quiet, because you're not the only one going through it. Now, add the surgery, add a hysterectomy to that, and it's an unnatural change. It's probably happening a little quicker. So I'm telling you, I have been struggling. I have been struggling mentally, and it's not easy trying to get through this. I do have, like I said, my girlfriend, she tries to help me, and like she said, she's a counselor, she's a licensed counselor, and she gives me little coping mechanisms to do. And but of course, she's like, just call your doctor and ask them to give you some hormone level lab tests, so that you know exactly where you're at hormonally. And that's what I did, because I do realize that we are losing estrogen. But I'm telling you, if you are in your 40s and over 40, in your 50s, you're even experiencing this, because this goes on for a long time before you even start to be in menopause, before you even stop having a cycle. This can go on for many, many years. So it's important to talk to your doctor and be like, hey, something is going on with me. I don't know. I am feeling crazy. I am running around here like a deranged lunatic. So, and that is how I feel, like a deranged lunatic. Okay. So I'm like, people, watch out, get out of my way. Cause, I don't know what's going to happen. But, it is, and that's the feeling that you get, even with my family. I'm like, listen, y'all better leave me alone. Leave me alone, because I'm not for it today. I'm not trying to hear it. I don't want you talking to me. Leave me alone, because you might get cut. Okay. But it makes you feel that way. And it's just the craziest thing. So talk to your doctor about it, and you are not the only one. You are not the only one. And also, mental illness is a real thing. So if you're struggling mentally, seek help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. That's the best thing you could do for yourself, is ask for help. We can't do everything by ourselves. And of course, first and foremost, seek God and pray, because without God, you can't get through things. And I am telling you, if I were not a believer, I really don't think I could have made it through by myself. So, because not everybody understands, especially men. They totally don't get it. It's like they're just oblivious. Like, what's wrong with you? And here you are. You feel like you're back 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, when you're going through puberty, and you're getting pimples. And yes, you're going to get pimples. You're going to get hair where you ain't never had hair before. Because once you start losing that estrogen and getting more testosterone, honey, you get hair where you didn't have hair before. I have seen women with full beards, okay? Full beards. And hey, that is the hormone change, and that's what happened to those women, So hopefully it doesn't happen to you. But I have seen that. The hair on your head, of course, may get thinner, especially if you're on medication. So that's a whole nother thing. And your hair texture changes when you experience that hormonal change. Your hair texture changes. It's just so much that happens, you know. And as a cosmetologist, thank God I studied trichology, so which is the study of hair loss. That's what trichology is. So sometimes when I see things, my thing in older women, you know, women, well, I'm not old, but you know, women in their 40s and over, when you start seeing things going on with their hair, you think it's hormonal changes and you ask what's going on with them. 2, are you on any medications? 3, how stressed are you? How are you eating? Are you getting enough water? Those type of things, because all of that affects the hair. Have you had any surgery? And please don't lie. Do not lie to your cosmetologist, because if they're really knowledgeable and they really care about their clients and they really care about the integrity of the hair and scalp, they're going to notice something's going on and they're going to ask you these questions. So don't lie, okay? Because that's the only way we can help you. So, and I go back and forth with that, even though I'm explaining my experience with these surgeries, but I'm going back and forth because I am a cosmetologist and hair is what I do, you know? So I'm going to give you some of the side effects of what happens hormonally and when you're on medication, you know, things change. Your hair definitely changes. Your hair may get thinner. Your hair may get straighter, you know, in some cases it gets coarser. If you've had cancer, you know, most people who have had cancer and have gone through chemo know their hair falls out, and when it grows back, it may grow back finer. So those are different things that happens. And this is actually, it's crazy because this is some of the things that happens when you're perimenopausal and menopausal, when you're experiencing those hormone level changes. Those things happen with your hair as well. So, but anyway, I digress. um, so I was telling you that yes, 10 months post surgery, physically I feel great, but mentally and emotionally I am on the struggle bus. So I know enough to say, hey, I need help, you know, and which is why I reached out to my PCP and I reached out to my girlfriend who is a counselor, because I was like, what is going on with me? I do not feel like myself. And I hope I'm not rambling, but I'm sorry, it's so much. But I really want to be honest. I really want to be candid, because we were not talked to about perimenopause and menopause. This happens to you and you don't know what's going on. And then if you have a hysterectomy, nobody tells you about the changes and how you're going to feel mentally and emotionally. And it's like, even though you may have your ovaries like I do, you didn't go straight in, but it's happening over time, you know. And I think that's the difference, is if you have your ovaries, it's happening over time, probably a little sooner than if you hadn't had a hysterectomy and it just happened naturally. But it's happening a little quicker than it would naturally. And then if you don't have the ovaries, you're like going into it right away, you know. So again, I can't stress enough, speak to your doctors about it, you know. But I wanted to let you guys know, ladies, you are not by yourself. So if you're feeling crazy and you've had a hysterectomy, or you're in perimenopause or menopausal already, or in menopause already, you know, that's what's going on. Your hormones, you are out of whack, or menopause, you don't have any estrogen, you know. And I don't know if you feel crazy once you're in full menopause, I don't know, but you know, it's a life change. And also, I'm gonna say this too. If you're in perimenopause and you're still getting a cycle, and like I said, your cycle may come more frequently. Oh, and also you're gonna miss cycles too, because that was happening to me. The cycle comes frequently, and then there's times when it doesn't come at all. You have to be careful during these times, because this is the time when people have what is called a change of life baby. Your kids are grown. You think, okay, I'm gonna do me, my kids are grown, I'm about to, it's my time. You've raised your kids, you've done everything for everybody but you. And then bam, you find out at 45, 46, 47, you're pregnant. Why? Because that is that change of life, baby, coming, because you have had you are in, see, my brain is scattered. That's what happens to you being a father. But you are in perimenopause, and because you are dropping all those eggs, it can happen. It happens, it happens, it happens. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful during this time, because it's like when you're younger, when you can get pregnant easier. Again, it's the same thing. Like I said, you feel like you're in puberty again, same thing. You can get pregnant really easy during this time. So you have to be very careful. And again, speak to your doctor about this. This is why people end up with babies in their 40s and their kids are in college or something. And you're like, wait a minute, I'm done. Why am I pregnant again? So it's that surprise baby. So you got to be careful with that one too. So, but anyway, I just wanted to fill you guys in, and I hope that this has been helpful to you, ladies, because I'm sure you guys are feeling the same way. I'm sure you ladies are going through the same thing, and then some of you may not be going through anything at all, but just so you know that you could possibly feel strange, not the way you normally feel, and this could be the reason. So if you have been feeling unlike yourself and wondering what's going on with me, this could be it. Why am I hot all the time? Why is my brain in a fog all the time? Why am I struggling mentally and emotionally? Why do I feel like I want to kill people? And that could be the very reason, because those hormonal changes make you feel absolutely crazy. Okay, so I'm going to finish chatting with you today. We will chat another day. I have enjoyed you all. I just really wanted to fill you in on what's been going on with me. And I thank you guys for being here and supporting me. To my subscribers who have been here from day one, and to my new subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share this video, share any of my other videos. If you are liking the content I have for you, I try to bring you good content, and I hope you're enjoying it. But share if you like it, And again, because I did, I was talking with @Antoine, I'm going to put her link in there so that you can see that. But so for now, I will see you on the next Salon Chat. Yes, honey. I'll see you later. Bye.